In continuing coverage, we head back to the Twin Cities.
The impact of this shooting is across the board. A sports tripleheader tonight's called off. The Twins, Timberwolves, and Wild all postponing their games.
The anger and frustration persists in the Twin Cities.
It's a tragedy, and I'm feeling disheartened.
Dante Wright's mother replaying what happened.
He said they pulled him over because he had air fresheners hanging from him everywhere. I said I will, when the police officer comes back to the window, put him on the phone and I will give him the insurance.
These are not instances that should result in any way in the loss of life.
Like a minute later, I called and his girlfriend answered, which was the passenger in the car, and said that he'd been shot.
This wasn't like apprehending a murderer or something. He was a license plate that was expired. They could have sent him a ticket in the mail for.
So where do we go from here? How can we move forward and hope for change in Minneapolis and in the country?
I think we need to be. That's a great question, because people are wanting answers and wanting to know what can they do. And I think the answer to that is we need to be vigilant, and we need to continue to push for measures that hold police accountable, that don't accept excuses for bad behavior.
Attorney McKinney says he in no way condones the violence or looting in response.
We always want people to be peaceful when they're exercising their First Amendment rights.
Police! Anybody in the building?
But things haven't remained peaceful, according to Brooklyn Center Police Chief Tim Gannon.
It was front and center at the protest, at the riot. We did not.
Don't do that. There was no riot.
There was. The officers that were putting themselves in harm's way were being pelted with frozen cans of pop. They were being pelted with concrete blocks. And yes, we had our helmets on and we had other protective gear, but an officer was injured, hit in the head with a brick. That was a Hennepin County deputy. He was transported to the hospital.
There needs to be adults who are at the protest who are able to say, channel this energy constructively. Don't engage in behavior that's going to ultimately end up not being productive, and it could in fact be counterproductive and cause more harm.
And as we mentioned, we will continue to follow this story. You can stay with us on air and online at myfox47.com.